is Jamin from Audio Possibility. I'm going to take you through step by step mixing. I'm going to help you to take your raw tracks from your home recording studio to be able to mix them to get the radio ready sound that you have always been desiring for. So, this very mix that you are listening to, I'm going to take you through the steps that you need to be able to achieve something like this. So, watch out. I'm going to take you through the first step right now. Okay, so the first step that I'm going to take you through is called the stable mix or the stationary mix. This is the stage where you balance the volume fader and also pan the instruments in order to have a stereo balance. So in this stage, you don't have to use EQ, you don't have to use compression, you don't have to use any effect. It's just balancing the faders, the volume, panning the instrument, making sure that every instrument is sounding in their sweet spot, and also make sure that the instrument is being panned to the right, either hard left or hard right, or 50% left, 50% right, to get the balance overall of the sound, that kind of natural sound, the way it was recorded. This is the first stage of the mix. So right now, all the faders is at zero. All the faders is at zero. Now listen to how it sounds without balancing, without panning, nothing. Just raw as it is. Listen to how it sounds like. So it's not balanced. you know it's not balanced. It's just sounding raw. So right now I'm going to do what I call the stable mix or the stationary mix, where I'm going to bring out the faders, adjust the faders, panning and all that. So watch the way I do this. Just watch me. So I bring all the faders down and then click play and begin to raise the faders and then balance the tracks. So right now you can hear the mix coming together. You can hear every instrument playing well in the mix. You can also hear that the instruments are playing at their sweet spot. So um, all you need to do is to be able to um, raise the faders and make sure that the instruments that needs to be prominent in the mix are audible, and those that do not need to be prominent in the mix are not too audible in order to not overshadow the main important instruments in the mix. And in this mix, we can tell that the drums are very, very important, as well as the bass and also the lead instruments is very important. So when you are starting to do the stable mix or the stationary mix, you don't raise every fader to the same level. So when it's drums, like if it's the kick and the snare that has to be very audible, you raise them to that level where you can hear them clearly in the mix. And then the toms should also come up where you can hear them clearly, because the tom is a transition. So like you are transitioning from the verse to the chorus, or from the verse to the pre-chorus, you need some kind of rolls. So the tom, or it can be anything that indicates that, hey, something is coming after this. So that has to be audible in the mix in a way. So you blend all the tracks together, and also panning. You don't have to pan everything hard left or hard right. You can see this. The hi hat is around 73%, the tom around 71%, the right tom is around 42, and then the cymbal around 59%, and then the right cymbal around 30%. So you don't pan everything left and right. Some has to be 50%, some has to be 70%, some have to be 80%, some have to be hard left, hard right. So it brings the mix together. So this is what you do from the beginning. You set the volumes right, you set the faders right before you start adding EQ, adding compression, and all that. So once you do that, and then you begin to listen to the mix and it's sounding good, you can predict your mix that is going to end well. So let's listen to it again and see how it sounds like. So you can hear that all the mix is coming together. It's sounding very good, sounding, very nice. So this is the first step that you need to do before you start applying plugins. So the second step will be coming soon. But before you go, I want you to write down your comments below, like what you think about this step. And also, I have a free step by step mixing cheat sheet for you to download.